Hey there! Thank you so much for joining me today for more value-based photography content to help you level up your business and your client experience. Today, I'm going to be talking with you about how to connect with other photographers. Before we dive into the content, if you're interested in learning how to price your photography, be sure to visit the links in the description below. Okay, so connecting with photographers. Now, before you shake your head, I want to challenge you to start thinking of photographers as your colleagues instead of your competition. I want you to practice thinking about them this way, regardless of whether you're in the same niche or the same area. Why? No two photographers are the same, and you can't do what someone else can do. Everyone is different and you can all serve different people. Like attracts like. If you're different from someone else, they're going to attract someone like them and you're going to attract someone like you. That's just the way it is. And there's enough photographers to go around. We're business people, we're artists, and it's subjective, which means that someone will love you for you and they will love your work for what it is. So don't be discouraged by the other photographers in your niche or in your market. With that being said, it's really great to create strong connections with those people in your area. A lot of our work is done solo, but here today, I'm going to share with you not only the how, but also the why behind connecting with other photographers. So let's start with the why. Number one, it builds a reliable, relatable source for questions or concerns. No one is going to understand better what you're going through than someone who's going through it alongside you. When I have a question or something that I'm really struggling with my business, I can talk to my husband and my friends about it, but my friends and colleagues in the photo industry are really the ones who are more than likely going to understand the nitty-gritty details of what I'm going through. Number two, having friends in the industry is going to create someone to share your wins with. They'll really understand when you book that dream wedding. They'll really get it when you buy that brand new camera that you've been dreaming of. Your friends and your colleagues in the industry will really understand those wins and you can share them with them. Number three, things happen. Things are unexpected. Life is unexpected. And when you have an emergency or maybe you're pregnant and you're going to be delivering your baby, those times are when you can lean into your colleagues in the industry and have them step in and help you. I know I've personally photographed for other females in the industry who were having children, and I've also had a friend photograph for me. So being able to call on those friends and lean into them when you need help is really incredible. Number four is going to be referrals. Other photographers are a great source of referrals for your business. If they're already booked for a date, they're going to refer their friends. They're going to refer people that they trust. They're going to refer people that they feel can do a good job for those clients when they can't. So it's really nice to have those connections because sometimes we can get overbooked, or maybe just by happenstance, that Saturday is unavailable for me and I can refer it to a friend, and in return, when they're booked for a date, they can refer back to me as well. And the last major point about why this is so important is because it builds reputation and a solid brand. Nothing is better than whenever people are speaking positively about you when you're not in the room. And if you're actually friends with those other photographers, they're going to speak about you like they would a friend. They're going to say positive things, they're going to share fun memories, and you're going to be able to have that solid rapport with those other photographers. So it really, really is important to build these solid relationships with other photographers in your network for all the reasons that we just listed. Okay, so let's talk about how. Number one is going to be to be generous. Be generous with your time, be generous with your information, share, reach out, be authentic. All of those natural things that you want to do to just create a good friendship, you want to do that with other photographers. So that's first and foremost. Next is going to be joining groups and cohorts. If there's an organization of local photographers or even photographers from other destinations that get together, you want to join into groups like that because it gives you some way to connect and some way to gather and meet, especially in person. Yes, virtual is amazing, but there's nothing like that in-person meetup. So if you know of any sort of local organization or group that you can be a part of, I encourage you to join and make the time for those things. Next is going to be to take initiative. When you're trying to create a relationship with someone, what do? You reach out, you connect, you check in. How are they doing? What are they up to? Are they struggling with anything? What are they celebrating? You want to be that person that's also celebrating with them on their wins, just like you want them to celebrate your wins with you. And you also want to be there for them in their struggles, just like you want them to be there for you. So take initiative. Don't be shy. Like, if you want to reach out and meet somebody, just shoot them a text and say, hey, would you want to meet up? Or, hey, how's your wedding season going? A lot of times it takes time and it takes that connection and that consistency to really feel like your relationship is budding and blooming. The next tip that I'm going to give you on how to create those solid relationships with photographers is organizing meetups. I'm not sure where I heard this saying, but it was something along the lines of, if you don't have a seat at the table, then start your own. If you feel like you want to create community and you want to have people that are surrounding you and your business and creating those friendships, invite them. Create a big group meet with the photographers in your area or the photographers that you want to create those friendships with, and get them together. It doesn't have to be at your home. It doesn't have to be at your own property. You can just call a restaurant, set a reservation, and have everyone meet at a mutually available time so that you can get together and create that solid rapport with one another. Share referrals. We talked earlier about why being connected with other photographers is important, because when they're busy, maybe you'll get a referral. But also, you want to share referrals with them. Don't just email a client if you're booked and say, I'm so sorry, I'm unavailable. Not only do you want to provide options for that client to help them, but also you want to share referrals for the photographers that you believe will do a good job for them. That helps their business. You're not able to even shoot that event. And so by sharing those referrals, you're helping their business, you're helping elevate them. In elevating your business, you give yourselves a chance to all rise together. The next tip is going to be to connect with them on a personal basis. Although you're photographers and technically you're related through business, you want to try to connect with people on a deeper level than that. If you know their birthday, wish them a happy birthday. Maybe it's their anniversary, or they love a certain restaurant or a certain food. Surprise them with that. Be thoughtful and be genuine. Even if you have something that you're going through and you feel like they could be knowledgeable in that topic, don't be shy to reach out and ask for their advice. It's amazing how these beautiful friendships form in this industry. And I know for me, I've met a ton of my best friends in the wedding industry, both photographers and vendors, and I'm so thankful for that. And if you haven't started that process, or maybe you haven't been really focusing on those relationships enough, I encourage you to do that, because for not just a business perspective, but for a personal perspective, it is so wonderful to have those connections in the industry. And the last way that you can really connect with those other photographers is through Facebook groups and forums. Get on there, help out. If people have a question, ask questions, just be involved, and eventually people remember your name. And then hopefully when you have that chance to meet in person, you can create that solid friendship at that moment. Other photographers are not only a great resource and a source of support, but they offer an opportunity to learn and grow at your craft and to have friendships in this industry. Speaking of community, if you're interested in being a part of a solid wedding community, be sure to visit the description and the links below, because we have some very cool details surrounding that. Thank you so much for joining me today. I wish you the absolute best in business and in life, and I'll see you next time.